Homeostasis was written about the idea of this internal regulator that our bodies have, and the frustration that the earth doesn't have that internal regulator. Neither does our minds. It's about trying to find balance in those things. Laurel Tree was written after hearing that a close friend of mine had been wronged in a relationship. It was written about the Greek myth of the nymph Daphne who was turned into a laurel tree and planted by the riverside, have the source of the water to keep her growing. So it was my way of reassuring a friend of mine that she would grow again. Calm is about this elusive idea of feeling peaceful, and you find that balance, knowing that it's not going to stay around, knowing that it's going to come to an end. Find an affinity with myself in these hours. October Evening Strings was written after I watched a documentary about Nick Drake, which is called A Skin Too Few. Just his very complex and sad experience in the short time that he lived on this planet, how difficult he found it being part of this world. And October Evening Strings was a specific line from the documentary which I thought sounded beautiful. Solid Ground was written after I met a man who suffered with schizophrenia, and had a really intriguing conversation with him about the fact that he never really knew what was real and what wasn't, and the struggles that came with that, and also the kind of fantasy that came with that, and I just found it fascinating. Call of the Night is a song that came from a really painful place of knowing that I couldn't really help people who I loved who were suffering from issues with their mental health or just day-to-day struggles, darkness that they experience, and how helpless I feel. Human Condition is about friends being shit, and was written after a friend of mine decided that they didn't want to be a friend of mine anymore. And we're also susceptible to feelings of the human condition, and we are run by those feelings in some situations. Space Between was the last track that we recorded on the album, and it's a little bit of a kind of anomaly in some ways. It's really about standing in that space between knowing that there's an issue to be fixed and not really doing anything about it. Noble Lie, which was the first single from the album, it's about Plato's idea of society and how we keep society in check, and maybe how we have a little bit of control over the class system or the issues that can create. I saw an amazing documentary about two twin sisters who were born in China and adopted separately by an American family and a Norwegian family, and just by chance they happened to meet each other during that process when they were babies, and their parents decided to get them tested to see whether they were related, and it's about their relationship as they grow up. This Is My Endearing was one of those songs that kind of arose without much thought. It kind of just happened, and it was written at a time where I was thinking about my identity and what made up identity and how easily that can be stripped away, wondering if anything is underneath.